Hello, everyone, and welcome to In the Know 360, show hosted by me, Annette, the warm hearted warrior diva. This show gives you insights on the journeys of high achieving business owners and music artists who share with our audience the importance of building a strong community of like minded individuals on the road to greater success. Today's show is a collaboration between In the Know 360 and Army Chick HOOAH.
HOOAH.
HOOAH. That's right. One soldier to another soldier. Um,
That's right.
so Miss Jeannie Campbell, also known as Army Chick, is from Chicago, Illinois, y'all, Chi-Town, and
That's
she,
right.
that's right, the Windy City. um,
Hey.
Girl, let me tell you, I went up to visit my friend. She was studying for her PhD in Chicago. Why did I stop through in February? Like that wasn't a good
You
time
were
to stop.
somewhere. But you know
Well,
what? Like, I'm from the Windy City, and it's crazy because like I'm in California right now, and because I'm right by where the mountains, the last couple of days have been crazy windy. Like I have hay barrels and stuff flying at my car and everything, and it's just all that's missing is a cow going around in circles. Like that's how windy it is here in California right now.
oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah,
Well, everyone, she is currently serving in the U.S. Army, HOOAH again, and she is the CEO of In It for Life Entertainment. In It for Life Entertainment's mission is to honor the richness of individuality of each service member within the military community by providing a platform to spotlight each individual's unique talents. Army Chick's team is not only in it for life, they are in it to change lives one talent at a time. Welcome, Army Chick. Yay!
I know our energy is like the same level.
I love it. I love it. This is so dope. And shout out to Master Yo. Thank you, Master
Yes.
Yo, for inviting Army Chick to the platform here in NNO 360. Thank you so much. So, ma'am, without further ado, we have several questions for you.
To do it.
Okay, let's get it on. Number one, who or what inspired you to start a career in the music industry?
So, who actually is Charlie B? He definitely did inspire me. Um, a lot of soldiers throughout the years, I've noticed they've just been so talented. Everywhere I go, somebody has some kind of a talent, and it's just not recognized like it really should be. Charlie, he's not in the military, but he has been a rapper for several years. He actually took a hiatus for about 3 years, and one day when him and I were hanging out, he actually showed me for the first time his music. And I'm like, why did you stop? You're so talented. You really should get back into it. And he's like, you know what? I will. So I motivated him to get back into it. And because of it, I'm like, you know what? If you can get into it in your 30s, I was like, I can do this as well in my 30s and start taking off on it. So I've seen many soldiers throughout my whole career. Even on TV, I've watched like national anthems on the NFL. I've seen it where it was during November, the military month, and there was an Air Forceman who sang the national anthem, and I swear to you on everything, like I just had chills up and down my arm. And I'm like, I have to. So like right toward the end of COVID, I'm like, you know what? I really want to get this going. And that is when I actually had said something to Sergeant Major Kelly, who is also my business partner. He's watching, but he's not on this. And I said, you know what? I have this idea. And as soon as I told him, the first thing he did is he grabbed the phone and he just started making phone calls. And I said, do you want to be 50-50 with me? And he said, yes. And I said, let's do it. And then from there, we've just been networking, and it's starting to take off. We're trying to get people to know who we are first until we can finally get boots off the ground.
Okay, I love it. And the dynamic of boots off the ground, literally, because we do so many things, and thank you for your service, ma'am. I appreciate you. Just wanted
Thank
to.
you for your service. Hey, it goes both ways. We both were in the trenches together, so.
Yes. Don't everybody. I just want to let you guys know she's hardcore. Okay, so just want to
Don't
give you a shout out.
laugh under there. I swear, the muscles. I'm working on them, building back up.
Yeah, I need to get back into my PT, my push-ups, and the calisthenics. I usually just
Exactly.
go to the gym and do my individual workout, but definitely um I do miss the camaraderie for sure.
I miss it too, but like you know what? I've noticed that no matter how many times I go to the gym and work out, it does nothing for me for just doing cardio. So once I get back into doing beach body, this whole week has been T25, and then leading up, I was doing like the 21-day fix. I'll
Yeah,
actually see results quicker because it's more intense straight
yeah,
through instead of just doing 30 minutes of cardio. So
yeah. I used to be a Beachbody fan too, actually. So it's
right.
it's hilarious.
I
Yeah,
bet
before COVID, I used to do it, but I kind of missed the gym, so I'm kind of back into that whole gym rat thing.
you got to do.
Well, okay, I'm sorry.
No, I
Were
said
you?
you can do both. Like do your beach body and then go to the gym. Like have certain days in there. You do like 2 a days.
Yeah, no, that's true. I do miss the
Hmm.
Shakeology, so we'll see what happens. They need to sponsor us. Look, they need to sponsor us. Okay,
They sponsor us, and we'll take it pretty far. I agree.
for sure. So, can you recollect the exact moment that you knew you wanted to pursue this career path?
It was 2 years ago in October,
Okay.
and it was one morning. Like I said, I just woke up and I'm like, you know what? The person I want to bring in the most is somebody who happens to be a people person, just like me, and who communicates a lot with others. And that's the kind of people who I like working with. I don't like working with, like people that are not very people friendly. I want somebody who has like the same energy level as me and can match my level. And at it, I feel like we just unstoppable. And Mr. Kelly slash our Major Kelly, he's about to retire, and I'm going to retire in 3 years. And we're like, you know what? We're right here. Let's just do it. And he's like, I got you. So yeah, we've been pushing forward, but the next 2 years is when we really want to be officially off the ground and hopefully on TV by then.
Oh, that's dope. I can't wait. Hey, listen, I just want to let you know too. Um, Retired Command Sergeant Major Donnell Johns. He's the founder of Veterans Growing America. So I just want to give him a shout out, and to kind of like link all of us together, because every Friday night he has mic night. He not only has the mic night, but he actually is an advocate for our veterans and members and spouses and so yeah, like it's like veteran vendors. He has a spot of pop up spot where entrepreneurs can, after they take the boots off, the uniform off, become this entrepreneur and sell their products and services within his establishment. So
I love
yeah, helping our soldiers, sailors, every like all armed forces, all military. So I just wanted
I
to
love it.
tie him into our conversation.
I'm down with it because like once our level of business hits like our entertainment level, I want it to be like Pentagon level style to where once we make it to where everyone knows who we are, I want to start promoting all the veteran businesses underneath us. That's like the next step going forward after. So just really getting them out there, getting the word out that, hey, these are all these business and have like a trickle down effect. Kind of like being coming from Pentagon and you got USARC, HRC,
Uh-huh.
like how we know, and then just exactly like that and start pushing it out and just letting people see we're just so much more than the camo that we wear. We're still human at the end of the day. And I just feel that with my business, when it definitely takes off, and I know it's going to, that we get to showcase this talent that has been camouflaged for far too long.
Oh, yes. I am so excited. Trust me. I can't wait. But we'll talk more into that offline. But this is your show tonight, and we want to know more about you and your business. What challenges have you faced during the journey of becoming a music manager?
It's been challenging, especially here in California. It's just from what I've have observed so far, being a manager, there's just way too much competition amongst the artists out here that it almost seems like every single time you're trying to get to a show or you want to be on a show, that because there's so much competition, it's just really hard to get people to be coming out as much as they normally would if like you're in the Midwest and the East Coast, because it's, at least out there they do have competition, but not to the point that they have here. Not only that, but a lot of people, when I sit there and try to say, hey, I have this upcoming artist, I notice you have the show coming up, do you have any spots open? And then they're just like, oh no, it's filled. Or if they don't, or if they do have spots available, they're gonna be like, well, then you need to sell tickets, and if you don't sell tickets, then you have to end up paying out the money. It's such a huge hassle. But I've been networking with so many people, Moxie for sure, like definitely hearts out to him. Another person who I have been working with big time is Virgin Ruthless, the group, like Lil E, his own way used to work with Easy E. He actually is a veteran himself, so we just got connected over December. Um, Mims, DJ, all of them, great guys, but just working with them, starting to get into the know, it's been going forward a lot better. But yeah, it's just complicated trying to actually get settled. One thing you don't know when you're a Chicago girl is that
Yeah.
when you are in Chicago, the place is packed. There's so many people that have to show up. Because a lot of people are wanting to get out of their house, especially in the Midwest. Out here, it takes you an hour or 2 hours just to try to get somewhere, and when you go there, you're performing, but it's just not for a full crowd. So I feel like that's a little disservice to my artists. So
Uh,
one of the
J-
things about
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. You're probably not gonna like me, but you're probably gonna have to repeat what you just said. It sounds like there's a alien in a computer or in the feed, like electronic. Yeah, let's see here. It's no, I think maybe might have to log off and then come back in, ma'am, and then we can. Yeah, yeah. I think no. Say it again. I can hear you, but it's like electronic or like one of those. I'm trying to think when you sing with the auto tune or something. Say the auto tune. It's all good. Um, yeah, I can. What we can do is I'll I'll take you off and then come back in. How about that? Sounds good. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Stand by, everyone. My apologies. We'll blame it on the rain and the weather in Virginia. It's been really wacky. I don't know. I think she said it was windy over in California. So no worries. We'll get her back on. I hope everyone's enjoying their evening wherever you are in the world. Uh, Gotta love technology. Good. Okay. Okay. My apologies, everyone. We have some technical difficulties, but we'll get through this. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Stand by, everyone. Let's see. Hmm. My apologies, everyone. We're still having technical difficulties. I'm hoping. Okay, let me see. I'm probably going to create another link and then get everybody back here. Not sure if there's. Let's see, Firefox. I'm on the phone with. Okay, here we go. Okay, hold tight. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's good. I was talking with the customer support team to see. She said here might be possible the issues related.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. You're in the show.
Okay.
Settings.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Okay. What we could do is.
All right, say something.
Hello? Testing 1, 2, 3.
Now that I got that, let me leave and come back in so I can see all this. Hold on 1 second.
Okay, there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, do I sound better or am I still a robot?
No, you sound great now. Okay.
Look, I had to restart this phone and everything.
Yeah, usually like computers, being on a PC, it's more advantageous. I know that I do everything on my phone as well, so it gets kind of wobbly with.
Yeah, well, mine's on my phone, but I like panicked and I ran into my daughter's room because she's sleeping, and I'm like, "Where's my computer?" And she's like, "I'm like, forget it." So I just restarted my computer. I'm just gonna restart my phone, but
it's all good. It's all good.
It's way better.
Oh yeah, it's much better. Yeah. All right. So let's. You know what I'm gonna do?
Yes, I know.
I'm gonna take it from the top. All right. Why don't we do that? You want to do that, or do we want to carry on?
I'll let you decide. You're the leader. I can shorten the answers from the first part, and then we'll go from there.
It's all good. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's just keep pressing on.
I like that.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. All right. So, what challenges have you faced during your journey to becoming a music manager?
Just trying to get my artist onto shows of bigger platforms. So there's a lot of places he's performed for, and I just feel that he is destined to be into bigger stages, bigger crowds. We are trying right now to I actually listen to DJ BJ Clark and the network that is for college radio, and they have it where they take artists as long as the songs are radio edit, and they push it out to like at least 250 plus colleges. So I'm trying to get him into networking into all of that, but we're just trying to make his songs radio edit because there's a lot of no words in there. So it's trying to do the bleep bleep bleep. But going forward, all the new songs he's about to record in like the next week or two, he already knows he has to make an edited and unedited version. So we don't have to be going through this, because I want to push forward and get him known in multiple states, not just here.
Yeah, most definitely. Definitely have a clean version ready for the radio stations for sure. That's the key.
I have one. Okay. He has one, yes. And he almost had two, but there was a swear word in the end, and I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm sure that there's ways to redact it or something. So how have you persevered despite the challenges?
Well, I haven't been drinking, so that's a good thing. I honestly I work out and meditate and try to do things to, just keep me completely staying focused. There are challenges and stuff, but at the end of the day, like you always have to like maintain your character and your discipline, because if you don't have control over that, you're gonna lose your shit, and honestly, things are just gonna go south from there. So anytime that there's been like issues and stuff, I always try to keep like I'm an optimistic person, so I always look at the positive things to a negative, and that's just how I push forward.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's great. Yeah. Positivity goes a long way.
Yes.
So what was your best collaboration?
Right now, the best collaboration that Charlie has had has been with Rich and Ruthless. They have been like the greatest thing since sliced bread. Lil E, he's amazing. He has pretty much introduced us to Daz Dillinger and DJ Yell and all them, and he's already pretty much, he calls us fam, so like he's already included us part of the fam, and it's a nice thing. So he because of Rich and Ruthless, Charlie has gotten to open for Little Eazy-E, DJ Yella, Mims. Oh. So we're working on trying to get him into more shows with them, and I'm actually meeting with Little Eazy tomorrow to go over more things going forward. We just did a toy drive actually with them and donated toys, and then they gave toys to kids in Compton that needed it. It was an amazing event.
Wow, that is amazing. Most definitely. Yeah, sometimes you have to step out of your neighborhood in order to get an event for the artists. Like another state, another town, another what have you.
I'm way away from Chicago. Trust me, I think I've stepped several states away.
Right, exactly. You know how it goes.
I just feel like if I can get him to kind of venture more toward like the Midwest and East Coast, Charlie B will be able to see way more opportunities and bigger stage and platforms than being over here. Because honestly, in California, like I said during my robot part when we were talking, is that it's too crazy with the competition out here. It is. And anytime he does go to perform, unfortunately, it's not as crowded or as many people to reciprocate that you normally would see on like in different states. But it's just because I think it's become too known here into California that a lot of people are like, we've already seen that. Same old, same old. So they just, they want something new. I mean, his music, the way he does things is new. He brings the enthusiasm, and I mean, he rocks the stage. He's there with all of the audience. He gets them involved in his songs and stuff, which is really good. It's just, yeah. But one thing I do want to do, our end for the In It for Life business, is when we start hosting auditions and getting out there, I kind of would like to network with like the active duty installations and see if we can start doing auditions through like the USO and MWR and use that, just like American Idol uses a hotel. I
Yeah.
want to use what we can get on base to have the soldiers coming in and actually do the auditioning.
Yeah, that would be so dope. I mean,
Yes.
um, the thing about it is, there's so many different avenues to get our soldiers and armed forces brothers and sisters on stage, and I
Yes.
think that'd be a great thing. Also, I believe, there's like the special band from the military band. So maybe connecting with them and seeing what their protocol and how like to kind of like work in tandem, because this could be also like musicians, you know what I mean, like
Oh, absolutely.
instrumental people that play the instruments. So yeah,
My
I just yeah, okay.
my soldier, he actually was in the army band, and he actually does do a band in different venues and stuff. He plays the drums, but he's very talented, and he happens to be one of my soldiers. So I told him, I said, once it starts taking off, like when we have it, to definitely audition. I can't wait. I saw Monster Yo.
Yeah, shout out to Master Yo. He's tapped in. He's tapped in. And shout out also to there's some of the California other artists. Savage D 1000. He's here. At Dwayne Cave. So thank you so much, everyone. I apologize. I thought I had my comments on open.
I can't see anything. I'm not even touching my phone. I'm like, I'm good right now. No
Yeah,
more
just
technical difficulties.
yeah. There we go. There we go. Okay. Says here a little easy, maybe judging my competition. Oh, okay. Show in March.
Well, if we can get Charlie on that show, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. And so, as a manager, right? Um, Name three artists that you would like to open up a show for from with Charlie B.
Well, I love Kanye. I mean, it's a Chicago thing, and he's such an amazing artist. He's crazy talented. J. Cole is another one, and J. Vid. So those are the three. Yeah, so those are the three artists, definitely for sure.
Okay, okay, wonderful. I love it. So, besides being a phenomenal soldier, I'm biased because I'm part Army, so we're here together.
We have our moments, though. We
Right.
can't say that we walk on water.
Who is Army Chick? Can you describe who Army Chick is?
Honestly, simple enough. It's just a chick in the army. That's just how I did it. Like, it's so hard to come up with a name these days. I mean, I had a really bad AOL name. Like, me and my mom were trying to search for it, but I was just trying to put what I do and what I am, the whole identify thing. So I identify as a girl in the army, which is an army chick. And anytime I tell people what my email is, they love it. They're like, oh, that's so awesome. And it's just like, but no, it's just who I am. I'm like, I can still be out there serving and protecting, but at the same time know behind the uniform that I'm still a female and a lady, and I can rock both worlds.
That's so dope. Yeah, I love your name. I was like Army Chick. Man, that's a really dope name. I have my alter ego too. I have another.
Oh no, what's
well,
yours?
well, mine is the warm-hearted warrior diva, but I do have Warrior Diva 9 on another channel.
So you're a diva.
And I can't get away from the diva isms.
I feel you.
So, do you like the virtual or in-person platform, and why?
I like in person because I like to actually meet a person and pick up on their vibes. Like, doing virtual, that really does nothing. Like, if I was a person with you right now, I guarantee we'd probably be like laughing our asses off and be way off topic on everything. Like, it's a better vibe you get with individuals being in person, and then not only that, but then like to hear stories and get to know the person. Like, I can pick up on somebody's vibe more in person than I can being on here. Like, I know your vibe already because we already were talking offline, and then we took it to here. Yeah, exactly. But it's just, and then you build the chemistry. You get to meet with the person face to face, and you build a reputation that way. Being online, I mean, we're past COVID and stuff. Like, I
Yeah.
like doing the stuff in front
Yeah.
of somebody.
That's so true. It does break the ice better. And we get to have coffee or tea or whatever.
Energy
MR,
drinks. Not our
MRE.
eat. Oh my god, no.
No, I'm kidding. We can have the, what is it called? The victory punch. We can have some victory punch.
See, I only know what a victory punch is because now that I'm part of a drill sergeant battalion and I've been to these dining ins and dining outs, I sat there and watched them do the whole scene. And I'm like, this is what the victory, it's just nothing but different kinds of alcohol and like a sock and then all this other stuff they throw in there. And it's just like, and I told them, I'm like, I ain't touching that. I was like, I don't know what you guys are all putting, but everybody, it's a traditional thing and it's pretty neat to see. But I only know what the victory punch is from being part of a drill sergeant battalion. So,
Yeah, you're a super dope, soldier. So,
well, you're pretty dopey too.
well, thank you. I don't miss the ruck march though, and I don't miss like the heart attack hills because I know every base has some type of heart attack hill, that you have to run up.
You know what? That's all more for like if people are trying to do the best warrior competition, or if you have them real HOOAH units that actually want to do the rucksack and stuff. But see, I'm profile, so I don't have to worry about all that. Like if I did it, I'd still be okay. But yeah, I'd probably be at the end like I've done the Army 10 miler because I told you I was stationed in Virginia where you're at now, and I've done the Army 10 miler twice and had 2 coins from it, and now that in itself is an experience. But I think that was harder than doing any kind of ruck march.
Mm, that's true. Look, I was thinking about the Marine Corps. this Now that's very intense. But
Yeah, I think I had to go for a medical appointment over at Camp Pendleton, and I was driving past the Marines doing their PT, and I shit you not, I saw one Marine had another one over his shoulders, like literally like this, and they were running back and forth. And I said, you know what? I'm so glad I joined the Army. I am not doing that. Like, I already got back problems and knee problems as it is. I was like, it was crazy. And they were just carrying each other like it was nothing.
yeah,
Uh, I was
that
like,
is
nope,
too funny.
I'm good. I'm good right here.
So think back to a situation when it was difficult to meet a project deadline. What did you learn from that experience?
A lot of the times when it becomes difficult to meet a project, I know that, like, for instance, when you're at higher levels and you're trying to get individuals to help you, like, for instance, I'm at battalion right now and I have 7 companies underneath us. It is difficult, and I know you'll understand what I'm saying when I say this. It is difficult to get them to fill out a DD-93
Mhm.
or do their SGLV, stuff like that. So what I do, and then same with like their personal records review. So I actually am the one who jumps in and starts to initiate it and get it to that individual just so we can actually get our numbers up. Because when the company commanders and first sergeants fail to do what they're supposed to, I step in and then I start taking the initiative because you know what? That reflects on me. And I don't like the fact that, failure to me is not an opportunity.
Option.
Failure is not an opportunity. I think I'm saying that right. No, I'm saying it wrong.
Not
Failure
an
doesn't
option.
exist in my
Yeah,
vocabulary. I know I'm all tripped up, but
it's okay.
I don't agree with that. If you're going to be lazy, then you can go ahead and be lazy, but it's not going to be on my dime, you know?
Right, that's right. They need to give you some push-ups. Then you start pushing.
Yeah, well, you can't do that no more these days. Oh my God. It's just
Oh
like,
wow.
yeah, you can. It's just, you cannot sit there and punish a soldier by having them low crawl like we used to or having them drop and do push-ups. This is the new army.
Yikes.
It's like
Okay.
softer, gentle, kind of like.
Yeah, you have to. I think when I got out, it was you need like some card, some pass or hallway pass.
Oh God.
Wait, don't, please don't yell at me. Please don't, whatever.
You know what? This is like one thing that you don't like that I know that I don't like either probably is land navigation. I've always avoided that at all costs. And when they had us do it where we couldn't come back until we got from point A to point B, I went with the officers who knew what they were doing and had them do it. So I kind of stayed with like until the end they gave me the compass and I kind of seen the road from afar and I'm like, yeah, we're going over that way, like otherwise we would have been lost.
Oh, wow.
It's
Wow. Yeah, land nav was interesting. I did my basic in Fort Jackson, South Carolina.
I
It
did
was
too.
definitely, it was hot and humid.
And hilly, yes.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah. Well, now I have flashbacks. Well, moving on. Share an experience illustrating how your communication style makes you an effective music manager.
My communication style is honestly being sarcastic and very friendly, but at the same time blunt. I like to really get to know a person first before diving in and then asking those questions like, hey, by the way, I have this artist, like I want to try to get to know the people first and then kind of like start, relating to them and then just be like, okay, you know what, like, getting in a friendship level and then from there going the next route and be like, okay, so now that we know each other and we've kind of broken the ice, like this is what I do. I tell them about my business and they say it's interesting and then they tell me who they are and then we kind of try to work together. I'm always the kind of person who I don't want to just take, I want to give. So if there's like a medium ground where like they can offer me a spot for my artist, I try to do something in return for them as well. So it's more
That,
of like the give and take, yes.
yeah, that's very great. I mean, we all need to work together, right? It takes a village.
Right. But I'm not going to attack somebody and be like, oh my God, I got this artist and I need you to do this. It's just like, I want to get to know the person first. I want them to know me and have like that comfortable feeling. And then once they get the vibe that we both are like, okay, we're clicking, I see how it is. I'll sit there and ask certain questions and be like, do you have shows coming up? And if so, like, what would it take for this person to get on? And most likely you have to pay for slots, which is no problem.
Right.
Like, I just want to make sure that that communication's there and that we are clicking. And that's just how I am when it comes to that.
Okay, yeah, most definitely. And it goes a long way because it's one of those things where when you build a relationship, hopefully you can foster it to last, eternity. Um,
Exactly.
so how do you stay motivated in producing, uh, you know, new methods to maybe showcase an artist or finding that artist in mind that you have in mind?
Well, we haven't done the showcasing the new artists yet. I have like looked through Instagram and I do kind of notice, when people say that they're a veteran and that they're talent and stuff, I love to like actually go through and listen to their actual music. So I do talk to people who have worked and networked with A and B A-list artists. So I have people who are advisors for me and they do tell me like, hey, if you're going to go this route, here's what you need to do. Like definitely host auditions, make sure that if somebody actually has been out there for a while, get their music from them, see what links they have, how have they pushed themselves, is it just on one social media platform, have they performed before? So I do a lot of vetting and I do check out people before I hit them up, but a lot of times I'll follow them and give them props saying, hey, you're a great artist. And but going forward, yeah, that's what I do.
Okay, that sounds really good. I like that process. And what is the first thing you look for before working with an artist?
Their character.
Mhm.
Character. Your character says a lot about you the first time I meet you. If you come off as some douchebag and you're like, yeah, I got all these stacks, man, look at all that money, I got these chains, I'm rocking, like, okay, and like, what does your music sound like? Like your music can suck. You can have probably a good beat and the fact you may know someone who knows somebody, but yeah, your characters first and foremost is what I'm going to see, because you know what, we all have to start from somewhere. You and I both started probably as privates for sure. We
Yep.
had to build our way up. Like, I'm sergeant first class promotable to master sergeant, and it took me a lot of struggles to get to where I have been. You know, I've dealt with, like what you probably have too, we've all dealt with toxic leadership, and
Oh
it's just
yeah.
trying to navigate. Oh my god, yeah. And it's unfortunately it's something that's still within the military, but I just try to keep my calm. Like, if I have to go let out a cry, I do it offline where nobody can see it. But yeah, it's just character to me is the biggest thing, and then of course discipline. Because at the end of the day, when you come through, like, show me what your character is. Because even if you get that paper, I don't care about how much money somebody's going to make. I care more about the talent behind that person. That's
Right.
what I'm looking for.
Yeah, it's because it's a reflection of who you are as an individual, not just the artist, but who you are, right? So it basically bleeds into everything, It's like a
Oh,
lifestyle.
definitely. Like, I always joke with little E and them. I'm like, damn, you guys got all of this like bling bling and stuff. I'm like, I'm lucky I have like a couple little rings here and maybe a necklace. But they're walking around. I'm like, do you guys like need a backiotomy after wearing all of that? Like, can you imagine just, but it's just like sometimes I'm blinded by it. And it's like it they earned it. They got to where they are, and but they have really good character too. So they don't let their talent and where they are and who they know get in the way from that. And they are, at the end of the day, decent human beings, and that's what I love about it.
Yes, most definitely, most definitely. So, what is one important lesson that you learned in working in the music industry?
One thing I've definitely learned is that it's not easy. That's for certain. It's it's a lot of people competing, and everyone thinks that they were the next Beyonce, or like that they are super super talented. And sometimes you have to be a little bit blunt with people, and they may not like it. I won't be rude to somebody, but like my artist, for instance, he's really really good. His some of the music he has, and I've told him this too, I'm like, some of your beats are a little outdated from a few years ago when you took that break. I was like, but now that we've been working together, a lot of songs he has that he's about to release, the beats are up to date and the music's great and it has an amazing flow. So when it gets released, it's just gonna like fly like nobody's business.
Well, so is he? I'm having an interview with him tomorrow. By the way,
Oh,
is
I
he?
know.
So is he releasing an album, mixtape, or is it like an EP, a single? What's going
It's gonna
on?
be a single. He's releasing a single. He's gonna be releasing a couple singles, and then he is gonna be doing a few music videos, and he's gonna be doing one with this one artist called Sage the One. They're actually gonna be doing a video together.
Okay.
So he has a lot of new material that's gonna be coming out, and I even told him, I said, you know what? I've noticed how you are. You've done a lot of things on your own. That's amazing. I was like, but maybe this year start doing more collaborations, because that definitely helps out. So that's the first thing he's going to be doing. He's going to be doing one of the videos too. He's actually talked to Little E and Rich and Ruthless and them to get like a cameo from them to have them be in the video as well. So we're stepping up our game. We're taking the strides as much as we can. Especially with what the budget is that we have at the moment. So once our budget starts to get bigger, we'll be able to progress more.
Yeah. Well,
Girl power.
yeah, girl power.
Dude, I gotta say this, since Monster Yo is watching, like, you had me laughing yesterday so hard when when she released that I was doing this today. It, like, I'm not an old person or anything, but I was at bingo. That's why I said I was dobbing. All of a sudden, I see like 60 something likes on this one thing, and it was Monster Yo with like all these different little emojis, and I'm like, okay, I see you're my biggest fan. But he had me laughing. I was like, okay, much love, much love. But now he's good people, and I want to visit him too. Before I leave, because I'm actually going to be stationed elsewhere this year in the summer.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. Are you coming back to the DMV anytime soon?
Like, I was there in August for some med chart training that we had. And yeah, that was for a few days. I'll actually be in the middle of the map. So I'm going to be stationed in Fort Leavenworth, Kansas, but I'm going to live on the Kansas City, Missouri side. So
Okay.
being right there, I'm going to be able to just drive anywhere and everywhere. And
Oh, okay.
with being right there by an Army active duty installation, that's where I'm going to start, really hitting the ground and trying to network to see if we can get the auditions going and, put my face out there.
Yeah, that'd be so dope.
It'd be
Well,
dope.
yeah, when you come through, let me know.
Oh, definitely. Well, because I want to go to Atlanta. Um, Out there, I had an open invitation. Oh, I'm probably drawing a blank right now. I know Monster Yo knows who it is. He actually has been helping us as well for Squirrilla Gorillas magazine.
Yeah.
So they said that I have an open invitation to go on one of their shows if I come out to Atlanta between me and Charlie. So now that I'm right there, I'll go ahead and drive and then come make my way to the wonderful world of Virginia.
Yeah, there we go. See? Not too far.
No.
So if you weren't a music manager or in this music industry, what would you be doing besides soldiering?
I was gonna say I'm already a single mom. I'm active duty in the military. Um, I still have about 3 years before retirement, so I'm just trying to be smart and plan now. As far as the getting out, I would be preparing to do what you do on the outside, becoming a civilian DAC employee and not having to worry about holding that military status. Because I know how DAC employees, I was an HR employee on the civilian side before I went AGR, and then I went AGR, and I'm like, okay, if I come off, I will go and become a civilian that doesn't have to hold a military status. So that would be like the other backup if need be, but
I know, right?
Monsego's laughing at us right now.
I know. Look, I'll just I'll keep my soapbox to myself, but like I said, it's other duties as assigned, and it could be two whole positions like what I'm in right now.
Like I said, I feel your pain. I'm covering down on the fact we have no ARAs, or H, should I tell everybody, like human resource people who are civilians that pretty much cover down them positions, but I'm doing the stuff for them until we can finally get people on board. But I don't mind it, to be honest. I started out like in fast food. I worked McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. Then I did Home Depot, 7-Eleven. I worked Delta Sonic, which is a car wash place. I worked at this place called Product Dynamics, and it was where you do the calling and telling people, like, you get them to answer questions, and if they get it right, they can come in and make money for something that they signed up to do. It's kind of like a survey thing. Like you can test out like 4 McDonald's burgers and get paid like $40. So that was
Oh,
a big,
okay.
yeah. So it's not cold calling. It's people who want to actually be a part of it, but you have to ask them so many questions. And I
Uh,
worked on a farm too for like 10 years.
that's
Bench
so
State
cool.
Pumpkin Farm, shout out.
Okay,
Yeah. But
that's so cool.
the other thing I had done too over the past year is I am one of the authors in a book called Why I Serve. And I also just filmed in a documentary this past year, and it's for female veterans. Plus, I'm also the ambassador on the California side right now for Top Flight Defense, which is for female veterans by female veterans. So we're
Okay.
trying to get our documentary like on Netflix. And my girl Cassandra, she's retired. She's been working that. And when I leave here, I'll be the ambassador for like Kansas and Missouri area. So I'll take it with me.
Okay. Well, like I said, we have a bunch of veteran entrepreneurs that from Veterans Grow in America, and there's this lady. Her name is Lady Vet, and she's all about female veterans. So we need to all collab.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've never been an author in any kind of book, so it's really nice. And then the fact that I got to go to Chicago and film to do this, it was an experience, but it was fun.
Okay. That's great. It's all about supporting our service members and helping each other out, because there's life after the military, as what people tell me. We'll see.
Yeah. Especially those with the homeless veteran signs. I've seen some
Yeah,
people's life after the military, and it's sad. It really is.
true.
But it's just the networking is big.
That's very, very true. Thank you for coming out. Also, Chronicles podcast. Thank you. I was, yeah. Okay.
I know,
Looking for
Brody,
guests.
my flex isn't as muscular as those little things. I'm working on it though. Give me like a month and I'll be there.
There we go. There we go. So, how has the internet and social media influenced your career?
It's influenced it by the what to do's as opposed to what not to do's.
Okay.
Like I said, I've seen people who are out there and they brag about how talented they are, but then like they have like these cash stacks and stuff, and it's just like no, like it's just not for me. But I get to see people out there that I've never thought I'd see before, and I used to be more on Facebook than Instagram, but ever since I started going this route, I actually jumped more to the Instagram side, minus all the craziness going on in the world that I have to keep scrolling through. I do. I know. It's just like, that's the thing that I really don't care very much for. But getting to see everybody's talent, people who are in the military as opposed to who's not in the military. One thing I've learned too is some people who have worked in the industry,
Yeah.
they were telling me like kind of things like the ins and outs of what they had to experience. So now I know what to do and what not to do. Like I want us to be different. I want In It for Life to be like a family type like environment. I don't want the stigma of all the other ones that just didn't work out. So trust me, we'll be big. I want it to be worldwide eventually. Like anyone who served in any military branch, even in different countries.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's
Yes.
definitely gonna be global. Thank you, Master Yo. Yeah, definitely gonna
I
be
keep
global.
doing it.
So, if you could change anything about the music industry, what would it be?
This there has to be certain, to me, I would feel like in the music industry they should have opportunities for upcoming artists as opposed to just having it always be A-list people, because every time I'm listening to the radio I hear the same people over and over and over again, and I'm just like changing the channel, and it gets old. Like for country, for instance, they actually have it on one of the Sirius XM radios
Uh huh.
to where they have an hour and it's upcoming artists that you've
Oh,
never heard before, and for that whole hour they
wow.
play these brand new songs. I feel that on these actual big time radio stations, that is something that they should open up the door for and have it for upcoming artists, obviously radio edit and all, but giving them a chance to actually let people hear them and let everyone in, who's listening decide whether they think that that is, good or not. But you got to mix it up. It's just,
Yeah.
I'm just hearing too much of the same repeats over and over again. And it's just, people are not coming up with a lot of new things like it was back in the day. Because I'm more 90s, 2000. I love that music so much. I miss it. I just feel
Yeah.
that in the radio industry, everybody's wanting to use the words B and N
Yeah.
and all the other things I don't want to say and can't say. But to me, it's just like that doesn't, I don't like the music like that. I don't understand what you're trying to say. And then, or there's the ones where they just keep repeating the line over and over. I went to a place where Charlie performed, and it was somebody who got on stage and they just kept repeating themselves over and over again. I'm like, okay, I get it. I get it. So then the whole car ride back, he started doing that to be funny. And I'm like, you know what? You're cut out.
Let me guess. Let me guess. It was cadence. It was your left, right, left. It
Uh, like, what
was, that was the hook.
that would have been better than what I heard that night. It's just like, like, oh, blah, blah, my name is O. Oh, my name is O. I'm like, okay, I get it. We know your name. Like, get on with it. What's the rest of the song? Like, Say something that's going to motivate me and connect me to you. And that's the other thing I told Charlie too. I'm like, make sure, like, this one song he has, Rehab. He performed it when we were in Reno, and he actually had some people from the Wicked Ways Car Club actually in tears because they related to it, and they can,
Wow.
and it pulled them in. And I said, see, it's all about the wording. Like, it's not just about rhyming, it's about actually connecting to your audience. That's what you
Yeah.
really need to do. So I mean, that's what I look for. I look for catchy things. I've always loved music. I was in choir 4 years in high school. You know, like, I'm not going to be the one on camera or anything singing, because I can do it behind closed doors, in the shower, in the car. But when it comes to on the microphone, it's going to be like, unless we're like, you know, doing karaoke and we've had a few drinks, then I'm good. But I want to be the one to get the real artist known and actually seen and heard.
Right.
I'll be the one behind the scenes doing everything else.
Okay, well, we have to go to karaoke then together. So
We do.
look, what chair were you in choir? Because I was in choir too.
I was in Madrigal.
Okay. I don't know
So,
why my teacher put me on second soprano, but
oh, I was at alto too.
okay, gotcha.
So yeah, there are certain songs I can do, and I'm pretty good for the most part. It's like just hitting the higher pitch notes. It's just not for me. I like more Nora Jones kind.
Yeah, I
That's
love Nora Jones. Yeah,
that's
Nora
more my
Jones is
pitch.
cool.
Yes.
I like her. I haven't heard her song in a while, but I definitely have love her. So,
I
where do you find inspiration?
everywhere. I don't limit myself when it comes to inspiration, to be honest. Like, if you limit yourself, you're just holding yourself from the possibilities of so much talent just coming your way, and new ideas. I love inspiration. I can get inspired just by sitting by the water, going for a hike, just, you know, taking in the sun, going hanging out with people, listening to what people have to say. It's just inspiration everywhere. Even when I'm with my friends and stuff and we joke around, like, they still inspire me.
Right.
I love my football friends and family, but you know, everybody builds me up and is inspired. My great uncle Joe, he was in the military, and every time, like, when I went to go see him, he would bust out his book and he had all his pictures, and he's just like, my family's so excited that I'm in the military because I'm the only female who's
Uh-huh.
ever gone into the military. And unfortunately, 2 people in my family have already passed away that were military, so there's only a couple more left. They're holding on.
My condolences.
Yeah, so I just lost my cousin last year, and he's an older cousin, but it was really hard, and I love that man. And he stayed positive, even though he could walk and he was in one of them, you know, wheelchairs. He loved it because he's like, look, I can get this thing at like 5 miles an hour, and I'm like, okay, like, he was excited. It had like little chrome wheels and everything, so he would show me how fast he can go down the driveway and back.
Aw.
But he's one of my inspirations, and yeah, just I can find inspiration in anyone, anywhere, anything, anyhow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I love that whole positivity that you have within yourself. You know, you can also laugh at your own jokes, right?
I laugh when I trip over air. Like, I'm walking and I can just trip over something, and I turn around and I'm like, who put that there, you know?
Right, right. Sounds
Uh,
like me. So, what was the best advice ever given to you?
uh, it was only funny, like, so my old colonel,
Mhm.
he would always come in and he'd always start out and he'll be like, hocus pocus, everyone stay focused. And then he would always change up. So, like, I love how he did it. He rhymed, but that's what I liked about it. It's just hocus pocus, always stay focused. That was the best advice I got. Stay
Okay,
focused on everything you do, take it everywhere you go.
yeah, I like that. Definitely. I mean, it's catchy, and it kind of reminds me of, magical, like a majestic way of thinking. So,
Oh yeah, but we'd always tease each other. He actually still wanting me to try to come on and be a part of his team, and he works with traveling and stuff for soldiers. Like, his wife, he's retired out of the military, the full bird colonel. Me and him, we always keep in touch. I'll see, there's your Charlie B. Army chick. Yeah. I can tell that 1971 Nova from anywhere. But yeah, him and his wife, like, they always try to get me on board. They're like, yeah, we would love you part of the team. But I told them, I was like, once I take my business, then I would love to, brand recognize his and get everybody to understand, like, how you could save money and stuff. But he works with veterans and stuff too. So, and I also love, I work with Kevin Davis. He's the Marine one of comedy. That man's amazing. He's been a really good advisor. He's gone to several events with me. He's helped me out some ways. Like, I love him. And he's also doing things now that he's retired fully, not just from the Marines, but he has like 100% disability, and he retired from his civilian job. So he's now working with a lot of soldiers as well. So he has projects, but we always do things together. And I love his little hats everywhere we go. You can't miss him. He's the one that has them little cool collective hats.
Oh, okay. I need to check him out because I know there's a Marine comedian. I'm trying to think of his
name. I can definitely link you up with him. But yeah, his name's Kevin Davis. He's the Marine one of comedy.
Okay. Yeah. This is really, really sounding like Veterans Grow in America. I keep saying because I'm also like their public relations person. And but yeah, we have like Mike night Friday nights, and then also comedians that come in.
I have met so many comedians being out here. I've gone to so many shows, and yeah, it's just interesting. Like, the one person I got to see and I was so excited is Jamie Kennedy. Yeah. So I've seen him when I was in Iraq 15 years ago, and then I'm like, oh my God, he's going to be in a show with my girl Savannah, and I'm like, I know he's probably going to dart out of there, but can I get a picture? Because I just want a before and after from 15 years. So wow. He did tell him, so he was willing to actually wait for me, and we got to take the picture together. And I've spoken to him a few times too on Instagram. He's such a sweetheart, but man, he's funny in person. I love it. So it was really cool to see that 15 years. Like, the one time I met him, it was in Iraq, and then here in the States. And yeah. Whew, it's like long. I'm that old.
You're that young. I'm not claiming the old. I'm claiming the young.
My body is that old, but
I love it. So, what's next for Army Chick, and what message would you like to give your fans and other folks that want to be a music manager?
Stay positive. Like, whatever you do, don't let anything ruin your positivity. Like, there's going to be negativity out there, unfortunately, and it's just, try to surround yourself with good karma, and always just keep going. Like, don't stop. Don't quit. Mama didn't raise no quitter.
That's right.
That's right. No, so my thing going forward is to have the TV show live. I really want it to be where it's just like American Idol, but military only, whether you served or are currently serving, to audition. And not only that, I want to try to get people who used to serve in the military and now have made it big be the judges, like Rob Regal. He was a Marine officer. Ice-T was in the Army. You have Shaggy. I don't know, I can't pronounce her name, but the girl that plays Wonder Woman was in the Israel Army. I would love to get her to be the actual hostess. So, what I'm saying? The others be judges. And because they made it to where they are, but they started where we were. Yeah. So they already can show and like kind of pave the way for all those that are coming through, let them know it is possible. And then plus with getting the show, it just takes the stigma away for the whole uniform. Right. I met there was a girl that was a drill sergeant, and she told me after she did the national anthem at one of the dining outs that she auditioned for The Voice. She only made it one round, and then she didn't get past that. And I'm like, you know what? Like, I've been hearing a lot about that. You don't ever hear or see somebody who used to be military make it to the finale, Yeah. So I would love to just take the stigma out and like, okay, if you've already served or currently serving, you qualify to audition, period. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, most definitely. I think that we need to have an outlet, and it also helps, because actually I interviewed an artist and he was in the Navy. So
Oh,
there's
okay.
yeah, there's been, some folks that come through here and in the 360. But I think it's also good to showcase their talent. Not only that, but it's also for therapy, right? Because we go through all this trauma and stress from deployments, you know, just the whole bit. I don't think a lot of people understand that when you see, sign the oath, it's 24/7, literally. Like,
We chose our path. We
right,
swore in, and at the end of the day, when we're given orders, we don't have a choice. You
correct.
know, I know that I'm going to be transferring over into Kansas City and I don't have a choice. It's either I take that assignment or the Army is going to, kick me
Right,
out. That's the whole process now. And if I want to retire and get the whole 20 years, I'm so close to that finale. Like I've been in 19 years, but 18 active. Why am I going to sit there and forego that retirement and everything I've gone through in my career just to be like, no, I don't want to. Like it comes with the package. I
yeah.
don't have a choice, but
I think what you're doing is phenomenal. I think inspires people, not just us, not just people in the military, but showing others that, hey, we do have a life outside of the uniform as well, right?
right. But not only that, I was thinking about it too, and I told Sergeant Major Kelly, and I was like, the military is hurting for people. Like they're losing people left and right. People are refatting, coming out. They just don't want to be a part of it. I feel with this business that I'm in, this could be a good networking to actually bring up retention numbers because with people coming in, you can't audition unless you've served or you are currently serving. So
Right.
by people, if they're like, hey, I'm talented, I
Mhm.
want to audition. Like, okay, well, sign the dotted line like the rest of us. As long as you've done it to so far the way we have it, as long as you at least serve 2 years minimum so far, you can qualify to audition, but you
Okay.
can't breach or break your contract.
Yeah.
So that'll be a part of the whole business plan and the contracts going forward.
Yeah. And it also helps to boost morale. So it's a win-win situation because you can utilize this as an R&R, like a tool when people, because not a lot of service members, when they come back, they want to get therapy. And
They
it's
don't.
unfortunate, and I think having this outlet is going to help fit into the MWR perspective. So yeah.
Definitely. And then not only that, but you know how we always have famous people that go overseas to perform for soldiers? How
Yeah.
awesome it's going to be that soldiers who make it through get to go perform for those soldiers, and then when that person sees it, that's going to inspire them like, oh my God, they're doing it. I can be doing that as well. That could be on that stage.
Yeah. Just it's I'm really excited for you, and helping our community, military community. So besides Army Chick on the Instagram, I know I posted a bunch of your different platforms. Is there a go-to where people can tap in with you?
Instagram and Facebook, if they sit there and DM me, I can go through and message them that way. I don't have Twitter. Um I don't have a YouTube platform yet. I know I do need to get that. I don't have TikTok. I'm not really a fan of it, but one of my friends who's highly advising I should be getting it, especially for at least the business aspect. So I'm holding out as long as possible, but I know I'm probably going to have to. So definitely Instagram, Army Chick 83, or I'm sorry, Army Chick 30 on Instagram. And on Facebook, it's just Jeannie Campbell.
Okay.
I already can tell a lot of my friends were already messaging, so I've been seeing text messages come through on top of it. And when we had that disconnection with the whole alien thing, one of my friends was like, "Girl," she's like, "you need to fix your connection," and I'm like, "I'm trying." So I already have my friends and stuff yelling at me, but We fixed it. I
It's
found the
okay.
problem. I had to restart
It's
my whole phone.
it's not your fault. It's technology. That's just how it goes sometimes. But
It
hey,
is.
as at the end of the day, we made it. And but is there anything else you would like to tell the audience? As far as maybe I don't know if you thought this far, cut off dates or suspense dates on getting your this the platform for folks to get with you and doing these performances and whatnot.
We haven't yet. That's actually something my business partner and I are going to be meeting on Monday on a holiday and stuff, and we're going to discuss that going forward. The last couple years, we've just been giving back to charity, doing charitable events, and now that we've already networked and got our names out there, we're definitely going to start going the next phase, and that's where it's going to start pushing forward so we can get the auditioning going, but we have to start getting the groundwork first. We would love to get sponsors. I would love to eventually get with somebody who would be a big investor, and if they invest in me and my company, they're going to see that it's definitely going to go far. But obviously getting on TV, you have to network, and like I already have a name for the show. I told people and they love it. It's going to be called Behind the Camo.
Oh, okay. I like that. That is nice.
Love it. Like,
That's
think of it like the whole stage setup, almost kind of like you ever see White Christmas? The
uh-huh.
old, so how they like maybe like the fake cannons and some of like the army netting and stuff in the back, like really cool. But like I said, just like The Voice, but military style, and we're gonna be doing it our way. So
Yes, yes. I love it. I love it.
yeah.
Well, hang tight, ma'am. And I just want to be sure to subscribe, like, and comment to view all the episodes on NNO 360. We're on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And I will be creating a reel after this feed. This is a live feed, and also hold tight for the Apple Podcasts and Spotify. But right now, you can check us out and make sure you tap in with Army Chick. She's at Army Chick 30 on Instagram. Let's continue, please, to support the Unity for Social Justice. Let's free Monster Yo and others, all our brothers and sisters out here that need our support. This has been a broadcast of showing love full circle between NNO 360 and Army Chick. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a wonderful evening. Salute.